Hi everyone, this is Elisa from Anaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Thank you so much for coming. I do love showing off my makes, and I love that you come week after week to see them. You can find me on social media as Anaya's Toy Box. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, and Etsy. So what have I been up to? So most of this week, I have been working on the commissioned piece, which is Zorro. I mean, he's got this longer name, but Zorro from One Piece. I did have fun making it, but I was designing it, and so it did involve a lot of frogging. Like, there was I'd come up with an idea, do it, and say, not quite there yet. And really, when I'm designing, especially under pressure like that, there's a lot of, frogging. You take a lot of breaks, get an idea, try it out. You have it almost, but it needs just a little bit. That's how it is. Anyways, I do not have him anymore because it was a commission that was, that I needed to give to the person who I was making for, and she was making it for a birthday gift, so she needed it before the birthday. But I did take a little clip of it, and I talked a little bit about it. I just wanted to say thank you to Yarn Hag Ryan, who the hair color, the hair that I used to crochet that was gifted. The yarn was gifted to me by Ryan. And I know I've had those yarns for a long time, but amigurumi, the yarn sometimes goes a long way, depending on what color you choose. But here's the clip.
So here he is. He is all done. This is Zorro from One Piece. And I made him. I finished him. I am not at all satisfied with his hair. I'm not. I just didn't have enough time because this is the last minute. This is Thursday night. I have to give it to her tomorrow. And I just didn't have time to think up how I was going to do it. So here he is. I made his sword. The swords are a little dangerous. I'm sorry. I put wire in it and the wire is exposed. I cut my finger putting it on. I hope it's meant for adult, not for kids, so it should be okay. But I did the swords and I put on the earrings, which was not easy because his earrings are not rings. I used jump rings for those. They were supposed to be dangly earrings, and I tried for an hour or so to make the earrings, and my friends, it didn't work out. So here he is, all done. This is what I've been working on most of the week. Hopefully, by the time I actually film my what I've been up to video, which is on Sunday, I'll have some other stuff to show you, but seriously, this is the bulk of my attention. Anyways, I hope you like him. He's done. Bye.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that clip. I don't remember what I said. It was a few days ago, but that's all I'm going to talk about him. But here is my second FO. This one, I feel like it should be, last week's FO because I was practically finished. All I needed to do was sew it together and do a little bit of needle shaping, which I did. The face has some needle shaping, and I finished him, and it's Apricot the Fox. I forget the designer's name, but it will, like always, any patterns that I mention, anything I show you that has a pattern is linked down below. I somehow, right here, see that? I somehow didn't weave in the end properly, and I didn't notice until later when it was too late and I already, cut the yarn. I don't know how to fix that right now. Well, anyways, I finished making him. This is a lion. I used yarn that was gifted, well, not gifted, I won in a giveaway from Crocheted on My Way by Wendy. She gave me an Annie's kit, and it was I think it was a bottle, like a wine bottle gift bag, and I neither drink wine nor celebrate Christmas. It was Christmas colors, so I made this with it. So this yarn right here is an Annie's yarn that was that I won in a giveaway from Crocheted on My Way by Wendy. This is Lion Brand. I'm still going through that pound of love. This is Line Brand, and this is Stylecraft, some little bits of black that I still have. Anyways, I did enjoy making him. I'm glad. I like the way he turned out. I'm not sure about the legs. I feel like I guessed where the legs should go while I was crocheting it, so I could crochet on the legs instead of sewing it on, and I feel like I should have put it in one row lower. Anyways, there he is, Fox. I have a couple other Fox patterns that I really want to make. I didn't buy them yet, but I've seen a couple other Fox patterns that I really want to make. We'll see what happens. I might not. You never know. Anyways, so after I finished that, which I believe it was Friday, I finished that, sewing it together after I had finished the doll and, already given it to my customer, my client. I sewed together this, and I started working on a scrap basket. And here it is. This is my scrap basket. I wasn't sure I had enough yarn to make this basket because all my yarns, a lot of it is DK weight yarn, which means this is the pattern from Jada & Stitches is you hold 3 strands of worsted weight yarn. Well, I held 3 strands of worsted weight yarn, but when I have DK weight, I do 2 strands of DK weight to equal that 3rd worsted weight. And most of my yarn was DK weight, so I didn't know, I'd have to hold the main color, which is brown in this case. You can see right here. Brown in this case, plus 4 other strands of yarn. And I didn't know I had enough, but turns out I did. In fact, I still have yarn left over, so I could have made this basket earlier. Anyways, it's done. I like using every bit of yarn that I have. And so when I have scraps, even if they're this big, or I don't have anything, but even if they're tiny, I put them into one of these baskets, and it makes these unique, wonderful, beautiful, different colors. I don't even pay attention to the colors as I pull them. This one, I pulled the colors. Well, I did pay attention a little bit. I put more oranges here, and then reds here, more blues here. But for the most part, I pulled according to I did all neutrals here on purpose because you can't really see this part. And from here, I pulled the smallest ball and whatever worked with that. And same thing all the way up. That's what I do. I make these beautiful, unique baskets. I love making them, and I love having, I love it when I make it. I look at it and I'm like, wow, that one turned out great. There's very few of them that I didn't like, and this is just using leftover, and when I say leftover, balls that are this big of yarn, and just using up every scrap of yarn. It's my scrap basket, and I love it. So those are my 3 FOs. I did not work on my shawl at all, not even once, so I have nothing to show you there. There is no progress, but I did yesterday pick up my needles and cast it on a CC beanie. Here it is. I'm using Darn Good yarn. This yarn right here was gifted to me by Laura, Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and I used this for the brim. It's like doubled, so it worked up, doubled the size, and then I folded it over, knit it together, and here's the brim. I like this. This is Darn Good yarn. I did air it out, and the stink went away, which is great. But this yarn was really thick. I mean, I know it's roving style yarn. It goes from thick to thin, but it stayed in the thick a lot. Now, I don't know much about, 4 is, it's not my limit, but I have 5 weight yarns, and I have, I've used blanket weight yarns and all that, but I'm not very familiar with thicker than 4 yarn, and so I don't know if this was a really thick 4 yarn or a 5 yarn. I don't know, but I had a little bit of trouble with it because it was so thick, and I think my needles were too small for it. right here, I'm having no problem because this is a 4-weight yarn. It looks like a 4-weight yarn. It feels like a 4-weight yarn. Everything. I have the colors over here. Oh, here's one. This is because it had a provisional cast on, and I crocheted my provisional cast on. So I have this much yarn that's going to go into a basket at one point. Even that much yarn will go into a basket. Where is it? I have this. I think this yarn right here, the speckled yarn, is mist, and Oceanic Blues is the bottom of the yarn, the bottom yarn. I think that's what it is. They both are supposed to be 4-weight yarns. It looks good. It's for my daughter. My daughter has decided that slouchy beanies are part of her style. It's like, I made her one for her, what? I showed it to you last video. And now she's like, Ma, I think this is part of my style. And she's wearing it all the time, so she needs another one because she's wearing it all the time. I am a little apprehensive. I chose these colors. I showed her these colors and say, will you wear a hat these colors? She said yes. It's really light for her. It's a really light color for her, so we'll see. When I had a lot of false start. I had a lot of trouble, not with the knitting of this, but the starting the knit, to the point where I was like, why? Why do I need to know how to knit? Like, really? I don't need to know how to knit. And then I get to this part where I'm just knitting, like I'm doing different things. Like these are pearls right here, and this is knit one, purl one. So I'm doing this part, and I'm like, oh, knitting is fun. I just need to get better at beginning a knitting project. That's what it is, especially in the round, Anyways, those are my projects. Most of my week was spent with that doll that I showed a clip on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, please subscribe.